allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I do not see. I don't see a printed agenda, so we'll just go by order that it's here on the attachment. So let us begin with 658 Harvard Terrace. Oh, I went too far. Oh, here we go. All right. Going down here through the material. It's Jamie Shelley and his wife. They're putting on a pergola onto a concrete patio located on the west side of the home, and they have done a good job with some pictures showing what it's going to look like and where it's located on their concrete pad and the style that's going to be in. And they're going to put a little bit of a privacy fence on the back, on the side that has the alley, so when people drive by, it won't be like right next to them. So we didn't really have a lot of questions when we met before and didn't have a quorum, but we spoke about a little bit. Any thoughts on this? It's pretty straightforward. Exterior improvement. Looks nice.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'll make a motion on 658 Harvard Terrace.
It has been moved to accept the work as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
It has been seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. No opposed. So the Shelleys have their COA, and they've been very patient, and he's come by the office once or twice to see how we're doing. Okay. Next up, 700 East Wabash Street. And if anyone's online and this is their property, please feel free to speak up, but we've reviewed most of these already. This is Mr. Rolls, I do believe. Oh, Rallis, James Rallis. He's replacing a privacy fence around their backyard. The existing fence is in pretty bad shape. It's pretty rotten. So they're just going to replace it with the dog ear fence and a couple of sections to extend it to the garage. So it actually goes around the entire backyard except for the little piece in between the house and shed that will be open. But it meets height requirements and it's going to be a nice replacement because that old fence needs replacing. So. And it's going to be treated. It shows untreated here, but they're going to stain it.
Yeah.
We asked them about that when they were here. So, any questions or any thoughts on this?
Straightforward.
Yeah, fencing is, as long as it meets the height requirements, pretty easy stuff.
I'll make a motion on 700 East Wabash Street.
Okay, has been moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Has been motion and second to accept the scope of work as presented for 700 East Wabash Street. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes. They get their COA. Moving on swiftly, let's get to 705 South Clay Street. I'm gonna bring my laptop more often. It just clicks right along here. It's the Davises. They are also, I think, doing fence work. Yep. They're putting 3-foot picket fence towards the front. There's a little section that'll be visible from the street. That's 3 foot, and then they're going to do, I think, a taller fence towards the rear. Yeah, I'm going down. Yeah, so yeah, they showed it's just going to be nice and decorative. It's just along that property line between the neighbor and them. So it meets the 3 foot. Is it 4 foot standard or 3 foot?
I think it's 4, because we're going to have to shop from like residential up. No, I think it's
42 inches.
40, yeah, 42.
So that's definitely within that.
To the house, and then you can go higher from the house back.
From the house back. So definitely meets those criteria.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
All right.
I will Make a motion for 705 South Clay.
Okay, it has been moved to accept the scope of work as presented for 705 South Clay Street. Do I have a second?
Second.
There's three. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? 705 South Clay Street. And if someone's watching, they're like, well, I'm breezing through this pretty quickly. But we get these in advance, so we review them prior to meeting. So unless there's questions, we can go through them fairly quickly. 900 East Wabash Street. Bringing it up right now. Okay, this one I went too far. Also replacement of a fence. The fence there is in fairly rough shape. They're going to replace it with a little bit taller fence. It's also going to be stained. When they're not sure. I don't think they're going to stain it or paint it. But either way, it's going to be an upgrade. It's around their property. It does adjoin a side street, but still behind the house.
Behind the house.
Mhm. So I would entertain a motion to accept this project as presented.
I'll make that motion.
The motion has been made to accept the project as presented, the fencing around the backyard of 700 East Wabash Street.
900 East.
900 East Wabash Street, excuse me, did I say 7?
Okay.
Yeah, let's clarify, 900 East Wabash Street. Do I have a second?
Second.
Has been motioned and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
900 East Wabash Street has their COA for their fence. 958 East South Street. Opening them up right now. And this is a roof. This is more of a building maintenance because they're just replacing the roof with the same material.
Yeah.
So and I think in the future, I talked to Don Stock, if they're gonna replace the roof with the same material, that they can just get the permit because that's in the standards as home maintenance.
Yes.
But we can vote on just to
And
have,
if it's the same color.
yeah,
right?
same color, same material.
Unless you have a rainbow roof.
Yeah, and also the caveat, if there's a gaping hole and we're not gonna meet for a couple weeks, do the repair on the hole and then come before us. Water is so destructive. Life-giving, but destructive, especially with roofs. So I can entertain a motion to approve the replacement roof at the same material and color at 958 East South Street.
I'll make that motion.
It has been motioned to accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to allow the scope of work as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We have the COA for 958 East South Street. Last but not least is 1156 East Clinton Street. Opening it now. Okay, this was a little bit different because it's done. They replaced their roof. It had some damage to it, so they replaced the roof. The other part is they had a chimney that they replaced. They tore down the chimney and they put up, I think, an exhaust.
And, yeah.
Yeah, the home it's vent out there, which I think we would probably have preferred them just to put the exhaust in the existing chimney, but it's done.
Yeah.
So
And it looks like it's not a fireplace chimney. It was probably just a flue for a gas boiler or something. So
oh, that's
nothing
very true.
decorative.
Yes.
And it's small. It's on the back of the house.
Yeah.
So no one sees it. So.
Yeah, you're right. Now I look at it, it was an exhaust. Because you can even see the pipe underneath it. That carried the exhaust up through the. Yeah. So.
And then they're also installing a fence.
Is the fence on the back part too? Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that definitely needs a little work. New roof, same material. So it's just the same material anyway. So same material and color. And then a 6-foot cedar privacy fence where the old fence was. So that's within the height requirement behind their property. And cedar, of course, is a beautiful wood, and we'll do a good job for them. I prefer cedar over most anything because it's so bug resistant. It's good stuff. Okay, so really, I think what it is, since the rest of the work was done, it's mostly just a vote on the fence. Because everything else is done. I'll put in the roof as well, just, it looks done, but just in case. So do I have a motion to approve the roof and fencing as requested in their scope of work?
I'll make that motion.
It has been moved that 1156 East Clinton Street get a certificate of appropriateness for the cedar privacy fence and the roof work. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, they get their COA. And looking, I think that's the last of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, Jason.
Yep.
A couple months ago, we had the West Walnut one that we had questions. Did they ever contact Ashley back?
I don't know.
Because I have it right here.
Yeah.
Like, they have a covered porch. I just have a few things I think.
I'll let them look. I don't know if they've ever come back. I'll send an email to Ashley.
I'm
Let's
pretty
see.
sure this is the one.
I'll send it. Can you email me the
Yeah, I'll take a picture and send you a picture.
awesome. And then I'll just email Ashley, and she's out of the office right at the moment, so I'll email her and see if they've ever contacted her back. We can follow up with them. Okay, anything else for the good of the order for the regular meeting time? All right, I will move that we adjourn, and thank everyone for coming. All right, we're adjourned. That's the way the meetings run. 12 minutes.